The cookies from the Cookie Run Kingdom collab are finally landed on the Sky Island. This is episode 188. First off, new on the channel, Once in Love guest starred in his very own video to talk about the top 8 picks in the draft for RTA Season 22. This is an interesting tier list or ranking for these monsters because it isn't necessarily about pure raw strength. Rather, it's about their impact on the draft. Once you see one of these units, it's going to fundamentally change the way that you assemble your team. So very cool watch, and I'm going to have it linked at the end. Also, since the cookies are finally here as part of the collab, I figured it'd be the perfect time to start doing a couple how to rune videos on them. And the first is going to be the cookie that started it all at the Las Vegas meetup when the devs debuted her, the Fire Hollyberry. There you go, that's a little forecast for you. The first collab special event that we're going to talk about today is a doozy. Well, actually, they're both doozies, but in their own way. The first one is going to be the Gingerbread Giveaway event, and the way that you earn points towards getting your own Gingerbread and accelerating through that reward category is by spending energy, using Arena RTA wings, or spending Dimension energy. So no matter how you're farming, you're making progress. That's my kind of event. Now, besides Gingerbread, there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there for you to get, including crystals, LD scrolls, mystical scrolls, what have you. And eventually, you'll walk away with your win Gingerbread, who's kind of like a farmable Sekhmet, or at least vying for that same category. And if you haven't heard yet, he is insanely fast. He gets 30 additional speed at the start of the game because his passive gives him additional speed based on how high his HP is. And his attack is going to do the same thing as his HP gets lower. There's going to be a how to rune for Gingerbread later on the channel. While you're going through that very same event, you're going to get a fully upgraded set of Swift runes and Focus runes. And later down the line, you can even skill up Gingerbread in the event page, so you don't even need to use all of your Devilmon to skill him up. And as promised, that is just the first of 2 running collab events right now. The second is the Together with Cookies event, and this is the one where you're going to be spending all of your jelly beans, which you will be accumulating by tapping on that building that you've hopefully already put on your Sky Island because it launched the day before the Las Vegas meetup. And you can also find jelly beans while farming. The way that you'll spend them is by advancing cookies down a track of rewards. You'll be getting crystals along the way, as well as exclusive scrolls like the Collab scroll. You can get legendary scrolls and LDs as well. And while this event is going on, don't forget to participate in the other collab gameplay elements, including the Gummy Bear Expedition and the event dungeon, because the event is going to be keeping track of how many times you've done that, and if you do it a certain number of times, you'll get a collab scroll. So that's right, there's a chance for 2 collab scrolls in this event. Now, probably one of the coolest things is at the very, very end, where you can spend jelly beans in individual cookie shops. And Gingerbread, which is the first one, will give you the item that lets you choose what set drops in Kairos dungeons for an hour. So if you want only Swift, you can pop this item and get Swift. If you want only Violent, you can pop it and get Violent. And there's obviously a whole bunch more going on in there, but you can check it out in-game. It's live in the events page right now. This Saturday, September 3rd, is going to be the China Qualification Match for SWC 2022. And Stoic and I are going to cast it at like 11 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to come by and join us on either Twitch or the Summoners War Esports channel, we'd love to have you there with us, though I totally understand if you'd rather just watch the VOD, because it is very late, especially for Stoic. Poor dude's on the East Coast. But it's going to be super fun, especially because there are some very recognizable faces there. Folks who have been at both SWC and previous Legend tournaments in How to Play, Lest, LD, Monster, and Tars. Again, that's this Saturday, September 3rd at 11 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully I'll see you there. There's going to be a new Summoners War local meetup, this time in Brooklyn, New York, and it's hosted by Why 'Cause I'm a G and Stoic. So if you happen to be in the area, you should totally go by to Skyline Billiards because it's going to be a lot of fun, and Stoic might even bring his mobile toilet seat again. So you may have the opportunity to do some live toilet summons. That's the dream. On our streams this week, earlier on Wednesday, I streamed with Nock for the first time where we did a full Dice Magician comp. He debuted all 5 of the Dice Magicians in a 4-star Goodwill lobby against the chat. If you want to check that out, the VOD is on our YouTube channel right here. And Friday, that's today if you're watching at the time of release, Gigi and Stoic are going to be streaming. You know when and where, but it's right here, just in case you don't. Here's that video that I talked about during the episode, and it's Friday, my dudes, so make sure to pick up that 5-star Rainbowmon and Devilmon if for some reason you haven't already. I can't wait to see you guys next week, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.